Clock calls 12, the bottle breathes slow. A shadow moves where the lost men go. There's a silence deep enough to drown, and a voice inside saying, boy, don't turn around. The smoke curls like a memory in a slow parade. Each breath a story I never made. And the night, she listens, but don't forget. I walk through smoke and a dozen lies, the kind that dance behind tired eyes. A little half burned, a promise half kept. I drink with the ghosts I ain't buried yet. Every truth I held turned to sand, slipping through the cracks of my callous hand. The city hums a hymn of sin and flame. Still, midnight knows my name. The jukebox hums a forgotten tune. It bleeds through walls like a silver wound, and every note reminds me again how easy we fall, how slow we mend. I see faces in the whiskey glass, flickers of a time I let slip past. The sound of footsteps fades the same, but midnight still whispers my name. Ain't no preacher in this town tonight, only shadows that flicker under neon light. You can pray all day, but pain still stays. It learns your voice and calls your name. It lingers soft like perfume's ache. A love you couldn't fix, a heart you break. And when the world forgets your claim, midnight remembers just the same. So pour one for the man who won't be saved, for the fighter smiling at the empty grave. He laughs low with a taste of shame. Yeah, midnight knows my name. She hums my sins in a velvet tone, each note cut deep into the bone. I ain't seeking glory, just a flame, 'cause midnight knows my name. Lipstick stains on a folded bill, and a scent of danger that lingers still. Every memory costs the same. A little blood, a little blame. The bar light flickers like her eyes did once, gentle but sharp as a loaded gun. If love's a crime, I took the blame. Now midnight calls my name. I chased the wind through motel doors, found nothing but silence and slamming floors. Somewhere between mercy and pride, I learned to breathe where hope had died. The curtains whisper where she used to stand, her ghost still warm in the palm of my hand. And though I left, I stayed the same. Midnight called my name. The man in the mirror don't blink no more. He's seen it all, the lies, the war. He just smirks and says, boy, you knew this world don't heal, it just tattoos you. The ink runs deep in veins of rust, turns every promise into dust. You keep your soul, but lose the game, and midnight knows your name. I used to write dreams on a torn receipt. Now they fade like the dust beneath my feet. She said love's a gun with a velvet aim. Now I carry your words like a scar in a flame. The wind outside plays a hollow chord. My silence louder than any word. The dark feels kind, the pain feels tame, 'cause midnight knows my name. Sing strong for the broken truth in the rain. Midnight knows, yeah, she knows my name. Raise the glass, let the ashes fall. Every sinner's rise begins with a call. No crown, no kingdom, just the same. And midnight knows my name.
Your sighs once like a kind old friend, match so clean it forgets where you've been. Piano in the hallway counts to 4. Dust floats holy through a patient door. You put down the keys and the day loosens too. There are rooms in this house that forgive you. The kitchen knows the storms you wore. Kettle translates them into something warm. Tile remembers your heavier shoe, still offers light where you tend to bruise. The window keeps your name like steam, wipes it softly when you need clean. You don't need thunder to prove you came. The fridge light whispers your true name. You sit with bread with ordinary grace, a chair that takes the weight you face. You learn your breath, the slower view. There are rooms in this house that forgive you. Count to 4 with the ribs, not pride. Let the lamp be the gentler guide. If yesterday knocks like a dead come due, let the floorboards answer, we know you. These rooms forgive you, walls of mercy, doors of light. Chairs receive you, hands grow right. No choir, no crown, no proof to do, just quiet truth. These rooms forgive you. folds open like a small new prayer. Says you are allowed to leave it there. The hallway mirror is kind tonight, leaves out the battles, keeps the bright. It edits the ache but spares the true enough for the better part of you. You hang your coat on a faithful hook. It doesn't ask which road you took. You learn to bless what you once outdrew. There are rooms in this house that forgive you. Breathe on forward till the strings lean low. Let piano leave spaces where meanings grow. If pride returns with a sharpened cue, open a window, let mercy through. These rooms forgive you. Walls of mercy, doors of light. Chairs receive you, hands grow right. No choir, no crown, no proof to do, just quiet truth. These rooms forgive you. Ooh, in the study, silence keeps a pen. Pages waiting like patient friends. You write one letter you'll never send. Fold it in peace and let it mend. The bookshelf holds what time made wise. Stories that teach a gentler size. Clock ticks off like a second chance, turning regret into usable plans. You all a hinge on the door you hurt. Sweep the footprints of a harsher word, a softer craft, a steadier glue. There are rooms in this house that forgive you. Count to 4 till the heart stands true. Let breeze arrive like morning dew. If memory begs for a brighter view, turn on the lamp and leave it to you. These rooms forgive you. Walls of mercy, doors of light. Chairs receive you, hands grow right. No choir, no crown, no proof to do, just quiet truth. These rooms forgive you. Ooh, bring me the locks I forced for show. I'll oil them now and let them go. Bring me the names I said too hard. I'll speak them soft in the backyard. Bring me the miles I sprinted thin. I'll walk them back with broader skin. Let guitar bend once and rest. Let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory needs a neon view, feed it supper. Wash a few, say less, stand plain. Count to 4, remain. Oh, bedroom hair wears a linen calm. Curtains murmur like a psalm. You place your anger on the chair. Wake to find there's less to wear. The roof doesn't promise drought or sun. It simply holds while seasons run. What's lost returns in a humbler hue. What stayed grows green and honest too. You learn to keep the small things fed. Water the plant, unmake the dread. A lamp, a book, a view made new. There are rooms in this house that forgive you. Breathe on forward, let the rim click stay. A heartbeat and a quieter day. If shame arrives in a louder blue, lay out a blanket, let it through. These rooms forgive you. Walls of mercy, doors of light. Chairs receive you, hands grow right. No choir, no crown, no proof to do, just quiet truth. These rooms forgive you. called, say what you meant and spare the gall. The hallway smiles at the way you learn to keep some bridges built to return. A neighbor knocks, the fence won't stay. You bring your tools and half the day. Two measured hands, one humble clue. Fixing his gate repaired you too. The house breathes out.
The rain don't stop for a guilty man. It falls the same, it just don't land. The glass still shakes when the night gets loud. The past still stands where I once vowed. The whiskey hum, the soul debates between the door of love and fate. And the night she knows mercy came too late. I built my walls from pride and smoke, watched her drown in every joke. She begged for warmth, I gave her cold. Called it strength, but it was old. Now I drink in a room she used to light. Her laughter gone, but the ghost still bites. You know I pray, I hesitate. Mercy came too late. The mirror don't lie, it just reflects the wreckage love can't resurrect. Her scent still walks these hollow halls, soft as grace, hard as walls. I said her name, it hurt to speak, like prayer from lips that turn too weak. Each word I whisper sealed my fate. Mercy came too late. No preacher saves a stubborn heart when it's too proud to restart. You can beg the sky, you can fight the flame, but forgiveness don't wear your name. The truth don't chase, it just waits, stands beside your slow mistake. And when it knocks, you hesitate. Mercy came too late. So pour one for the man who saw too clear when the light was gone, not when it was near. He laughs soft, tries to meditate, but mercy came too late. It hums like sorrow through his veins, a quiet echo that still remains. He ain't seeking grace, just faith, 'cause mercy came too late. I wrote a name on an envelope, but the ink ran wild with no hope. The words said sorry, but they bled. Each line I wrote just filled with dread. The wind took it from my hand, like time too cruel to understand. The sky turned black, the soul sedate. Mercy came too late. I stood outside the church she loved, watched candles flicker like the ones above. The pews were empty, the choir was gone, but the silence still sang her favorite song. I left one rose on the 7th seat, the one where she'd rest her feet. And though I whispered through the gate, mercy came too late. The man in the mirror
He's tired of knocking on closed doors. He says, son, you had the chance, the time you turned love's rhythm into rhyme. Now the blues don't punish, it reminds that guilt's a friend of broken minds. You can't rewrite what sealed your fate. Mercy came too late. I felt a touch in a dream last night, soft as sin, gone by light. She said, I forgive, but not for you. It's just what dead hearts learn to do. I woke with tears I couldn't hide, like ghosts that won't step aside. Each breath I take, each step I wait, mercy came too late. Pour one for the man who don't belong, who hums her name through every song. He still prays low, but heaven's gate, yeah, mercy came too late. Raise that glass to what's been lost, to every heart that knows the cost. No pardon left to reinstate, mercy came too late. Smoke grows thick, the tone breathes deep. Forgiveness watches, but it won't weep. I play a tune on broken strings, each note confesses, each silence stings. The blues don't lie, it just translates. Every wound mercy can't sedate, and in the hush I resonate. Mercy came too late. I ain't holy, I ain't pure, but I've walked roads I can't endure. If heaven waits, it waits in vain. For men like me, don't change the chain. I breathe in guilt, I exhale hate, still hoping peace won't hesitate. But when I look, the truth's innate. Mercy came too late. Ain't no choir to cleanse my soul, just a hum of blues that takes control. No angel waits beyond that gate. Whoa, mercy came to. The doors swing slow like they know my name. The bass walks steady, the night feels tame. A hush comes down like a velvet cloak. I light the match, raise the smoke. The room leans in with a silver grin. Power speaks softer than a violin. In the dark she nods, she's seen this road. I wear my calm like a heavy coat. I move like thunder you don't quite hear. Close cuts through the glass, no fear. I traded rage for a colder flame. Let silence do the heavy game. My shoes say little, my eyes say more. I own the room without the roar. Every breath is a quiet stroke, a crown you only see in smoke. The mirror lights on, the bottles gleam. The floor remembers where I've been. Caught my cold in nights like this. No wasted word, no reckless kiss. The band plays low, the snare says wait. The clock keeps time with measured fate. I take my seat, the world takes no. The crown you only see in smoke. Ain't no preacher teaching this control. learn by losing what you stole. You trade your thunder for a pulse. You tame the beast, you kill the fall. Let pride dissolve, let fear revoke. Wear patience like a tailored cloak. And when the noise begins to choke, you rise, a crown in smoke. So pour one for the man who ruled the room, with quiet hands and eyes that bloom. He laughs low, no need to boast. He wears a crown the night can't host. It hums like silk, it cuts like oak, a power born of calm and knows. I ain't begging fate or hope. I wear my crown in smoke. On past with a sideways glance, a little test, a noble dance. I tip my glass, the message lands. I leave with silence, not my hands. No sudden moves, just measured grace. No chase required to win the race. Let others burn, let others choke. I hold my crown in smoke. I built my laws on steel and skin, on debts I paid and fights I didn't know. Easy wins, no cheap applause, just bruised respect and final call. I lose the rush, I keep the soul. I play the long, deliberate role. When tempers break and bargains croak, I breathe the crown in smoke. The man in the mirror lifts his brow, says, son, you finally learned it now. Power ain't loud, it's poison proof. It's how you stand beneath the roof. No grin required, no sharpened blade, just presence, other men obeyed. A nod once slow, the lesson spoke. A crown you only see in smoke. The bass grows on, the snare keeps time like a heartbeat charm. A whisper passes table to table, respect untold, a living fable. No name announced, no banner flown, just gravity that I've outgrown. The air gets thick, the doubts go broke. They see my crown in smoke. Pour one for the man who don't compete, who wins by never leaving his seat. He hums low, he holds the note. Yeah, he wears a crown in smoke. Raise your glass to the steel that's kind, iron, calm and discipline. Mine no roar, no shove, no cloak, just a quiet crown in smoke. Descend to amber gold. The groove grows wide, the pulse grows bold. Each note declares without a word the simplest law I ever heard. Own your breath, unlock the yoke. Let patience wrap you up in smoke. And when the room leans close to choke, exhale the crown in smoke. I press my will, I move the night by standing still. And when the doubts rise up to joke, they drown beneath my smoke. Ain't no choir singing my name,
Just bass and breath and tempered flame. No trumpet blast, no drums that poke. Just the hush that crowns the yoke. The strong don't beg, the wise don't poke. They float their names on rings of smoke. And when the noise begins to choke, I smile, my crown in smoke. Steady hands and thunder wait on silent plans. I seen rage lose to patient art.
Low light, low words, long shadow on the wall. Whiskey swims slow in the glass, like a moon that won't fall. Door creaks once, and silence takes a room. Power walks in quiet shoes and rearranges doom. I nod at the band, let the snare breathe deep. Let the bass count money while the city falls asleep. I don't beg and not for favor, I already own the town. You can hear it in the hush, the smoke holds a crown. Silk tie, gunmetal cufflinks, ash on the sleeve. Cards on the table and a trick of the week. Deal stitched in whispers sewn under the den. Every promise like a razor tucked under the skin. You talk fast, I talk less. Silence does the work while the others confess. Neon bleeds red through the blind stem veins. Outside rain writes my many sun names. I keep the ledger like a rosary of sins. Click of the zipper where forgiveness begins. Slow guitar bends like a threat you don't see. And the room leans forward to breathe with me. I don't gamble what I can take by grace. A smile is a lockpick on an iron face. They bargain with fear, I bargain with time. The clock is a witness that belongs to my mind. I call my initials in the hours last born. When the saxophone weeps, I'm already home. Cold hands, warm heart, all this come due. Every oath is a blade, watch how it moves. If you can't hold steady when the city goes dark, you'll never learn to light a fire with a spark.
I don't raise my voice
to make thunder sound.
I let the hush shake walls
from the underground.
In a room full of kings,
I straighten my gown, and every crown remembers who taught it to bow.
I don't chase a throne, I just sit one down. The room signs the papers.
When I look around, no saint, no sinner, just a promise I found. Power speaks in smoke, and the smoke holds a crown. I've seen men drown with a coin in their mouth, swallowed by the river they wanted to drown. Heard prayers get pawned for a bottle and a lie. Watched angels fold wings when the price got high. But me, I learned patience from a trigger that never had to pull. A lesson in restraint from a cup never full. The devil rents rooms on the 7th floor. I sell them quiet and I lock the door. There's a woman with eyes like a witness stand. She reads my past like a smudge on her hand. Says, baby, what breaks you makes the band. I kiss her pulse and I let time land. Street lights blink like a Morse code plea, but mercy's a ledger with limited seat. I don't forgive quick, I forgive once. Write it in ink where the paper won't flinch. If loyalty's a chain, I'm the link they trust. If betrayal's a wind, I'm the weight in the dust. Cold hands, warm heart, keep you breathing slow. Make the room come closer while you barely move. If you can't make silence do what you choose, you'll never teach thunder how to sing the blues on. I don't raise my voice to make thunder sound. I let the hush shake walls from the underground. In a room full of kings, I straighten my gown, and every crown remembers who taught it to bow. I don't chase a throne, I just sit one down. The room signs the papers when I look around. No saint, no sinner, just a promise I found. Power speaks in smoke, and the smoke holds a crown. Keys in a pocket, ghosts in a hall, names etched faint on the ledger's crawl. I own what I carry, and I carry very light. Just a blade made of patience and a map of the night. Man with loud hands, crave a riot's cheer. I buy the silence and I sell them fear. My enemies write letters with invisible ink. By morning they discover what I made them think. I never run, roads run to me. I never beg, doors beg to be free. The piano tells the truth in a minor prayer, while the trumpet signs a treaty with the air. I'm not looking for heaven in a sinner's town. I'm building cathedrals where the lights go down. I tie to the moment, not to the crowd. And the angels, if they listen, keep their heads bowed. Cold hands, warm heart, count to 4. Let the bass be a judge and the snare be the law. If the night is a jury and the dawn is a door, you leave with the verdict that you came here for. I don't raise my voice to make thunder sound. I let the hush shake walls from the underground. In a room full of kings, I straighten my gown, and every crown remembers who taught it to bow. I don't chase a throne, I just sit one down. The room signs the papers when I look around. No saint, no sinner, just a promise I found. Power speaks in smoke, and the smoke holds a crown. Shut, city exhales slow. Rain rubs a neon till the letters glow. I leave a tip for the night on a silver tray. Spend it on silence, I hear myself say. Band fades out, last note settles down. So out on my knees I kiss you's the crown. The room wears gold like a second skin. The bass walks slow, invites me in. A hush like velvet, heavy dense. I button my calm and sharpen sense. The lights still low, the air runs thin. My shadow trims the noise within. And the night, she grins, she loves this science. How power lives in brass and silence. Polished shoes on an oaken floor, a measured step through a mirror door. The band leans back to read my pace. I set the tone with breathing space. No need to claim, no need to plead. I let the stillness intercede, a single nod, a quiet license. I stitched the room with brass and silence.
A cufflink blinks like a comet's tail. My gaze moves slow, my voice stays pale. The snare suggests, the kick agrees. The organ hums like trusted keys. I pour a truth I never say. Let gravity conduct the sway. Where others shout their weak reliance, I write my name in brass and silence. Oh, yeah. You don't learn strength in thunder's noise. You forge it quiet, far from boys. You trade the spark for banked up coal. You tame the hand and crown the soul. When tempers beg for violence, I answer them with brass and silence. Let lesser storms announce their science. I raise a toast to brass and silence. So pour one for the kings who never shout, whose steady pulse dissolves the doubt. He laughs low, ignores the sirens. He rules by brass and honored silence. It hums like steel, it shines like wine, a sovereign glow without a sign. I ain't begging fate for guidance. I wear my crown in brass and silence. Yeah. She enters with a comet's grace, a test of poise across her face. I tilt the glass, I hold the frame. I let the rhythm take a name. No chase, no grin, no eager dance. Just orbit set by a tempered stance. She changes speed by my compliance. That's the art of brass and silence. I learned to fold the heat I feel, like a linen smooth on tempered steel. To place each word like coins on scales. To let the hush outvote the tales. When pride arrives with gaudy giants, I greet it with my brass and silence. I never buy the cheap alliance. I trade in gold and quiet science. Yeah. The man in the mirror tilts his head, says you talk less and speak instead. A measured breath can move a throne. A patient glance recarves a stone. No blade to wave, no stage defiance. Just empire built of brass and silence. He taps the glass, confirms the science. Hold your crown with brass and silence. Yeah. A murmur builds from jealous throats, a restless tide that swells and floats. The bass digs in, the snare grows tight. The room prepares to test my right. I raise my hand an inch at best. The noise folds back into its chest. The band resumes its calm alliance, obedient to brass and silence. Pour one for the man who reads the tide, who slows the storm without a stride. He hums low, declines the violence. He bends the night with brass and silence. Raise your glass to iron grace, to eyes that slow a crowded place. No roar, no shove, no malice, just sovereign brass and silence. The lights throw coins on every wall. The Hammond sighs a chapel call. A single bend suspends the room. A pause becomes a perfume plume. I trace the air with quiet signs, a line of gold and silver silence. The groove drips warm, the noise relents. All debt is paid in confidence. Simply outgrew chaos game. I bank my fire in deeper jars. I steer by scars instead of stars. When tempers beg for my compliance, I answer true with brass and silence. A small refusal, clean and fine. A crown that needs no borderline. No choir sings the measured art. No trumpet crowns the patient heart. The proof is how the riot slows, how even lightning learns repose. You want the key to true
brass and silent.
And silence, no required, no gilded fence, just breathing, balanced eloquence. And when I fade, recall my science. I wore my crown, embrace and silence.
Watch this toast and it's subtly gold. Your dreams were alive when cans roll cold. Tessie bread bun is dull tan on plywood's chalk on burial sand. But every empire built to last is grass from hedge and pearl is bright. So I close my eyes, just hiss the violence as I will lay with brass and silence. Morning steps over the old back fence, a soft gold mercy without pretense. Dust turns holy in a patient ray, and for the first time in a long, long time, the light decides to stay. I used to hold my breath for storms, build my walls in thunder forms, kept a code for every doubt, wore it in and never out. I learned to oil my noisy doors, sweep the anger off the floors, name the tools that mend a day, and leave the rest to walk away. Now coffee warms a gentler bone, silence feels like something grown. The window writes a softer way. The light knows me and it stays. Count to 4 with the ribs, not pride. Let breathe be the long, clean guide. If yesterday knocks with a louder say, smile one step back, let daylight pray. Light learns to stay. It doesn't beg for proof. It climbs the slate of an ordinary roof, pours through the rooms I used to grade. No trumpet, no parade, just mercy without sway. I open both my hands and watch the light, how to stay. I walk the block with a listener's gate, arriving early, leaving late. A neighbor's hinge confesses rust. We share a rag and trade in trust. 2 kids chalk rings around the sun, argue colors, call it done. Their mother laughs a working hymn. I hold the bag and breathe with them. I used to crown myself with flame, burn the evening just to name a victory no dawn could wait. Now light keeps score by staying. Breathe on 4, let strings lean low, let piano leave space where meanings grow. If pride returns for a louder play, point it to bread and let it stray. Light learns to stay. It doesn't beg for proof. It climbs the slate of an ordinary roof, pours through the rooms I used to grade. No trumpet, no parade, just mercy without sway. I open both my hands and watch the light, how to stay. There's a drawer of unmailed lines bridges and winter vines. I send a few with kinda ink. I keep a few so time can think. The mirror does a gentler job, leaves out the blade, keeps in the saw. I button patience, stitch it neat, wear it where my pulse can meet. The man I was is not a ghost. He sets the table, pours the toast. We eat our peace in common clay, the living proof the light can stay. Count to 4 till the heart stands sure. Let quiet be strong and good be pure. If memory begs for a harsher day, I turn the lamp and let it pray. Light learns to stay. It doesn't beg for proof. It climbs the slate of an ordinary fruit. Pours through the rooms I used to grade. No trumpet, no parade. Just mercy without sway. I open both my hands and watch the light learn how to stay. Bring me the locks I force for show. I'll oil them now and let them go. Bring me the names I said too sharp. I'll speak them soft, teach night to heart. Bring me the miles I sprinted thin. I'll walk them back with broader skin. Let slide guitar bend once, then rest. Let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory wants a neon sign, give it supper, salt and thyme. If power asks what is for today, to keep the light and let it stay. Say less, stand plain. Count to 4, remain. A letter arrives with a thank you hand. About that gate you came to mend. I fold the note the quiet way, a small receipt for a brighter day. The mailbox hums a copper cord. The porch boards nod like they're restored. I sweep the dust, I spare the bees. I leave the clover for their ease. The sky puts silver on the lane, and even shadows lose their strain. They're only proof of what life says. I'm here, I'm warm, I'll stay. Hold that 4, let the snare lie low. Let the organ breathe and the strings say go. If glory turns with a borrowed play, offer a chair, then fade to day. Light learns to stay. It doesn't beg for proof. It climbs the slate of an ordinary route. Pours through the rooms I used to grade. No trumpet, no parade. Just mercy without sway. I open both my hands and watch the light learn how to stay. I sit with dusk like an old good friend, naming the ways we didn't bend, the doors we oiled, the words we saved, the hours we gave to the unenslaved. I phone the man I used to fear. We trade our names and drop a year. No ledger speaks, no tally calls, just space enough for mercy's walls. And when I hang the gentler line, I feel the color turn from wine to wheat to bread to daily grace. The light keeps finding my face.
Evening irons, gold on the roads, thin seam. Wind falls quiet like a bedtime dream. Gravel counts soft under shoes that know. Piano of birds playing low, 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 low.
I don't hurry, there's nothing to flee. The last light falls in step with me. I learned my name in stranger tongues, paid old debts with quieter lungs, turned down parades that stain the street, chose work that leaves a kind of heat. I bargained once with the thunder's feet, now I tip the dusk with simplicity. The city behind me lowers its hands, lets go the noise, keeps honest plans. I used to brand my mercy loud, now it walks through an ordinary crowd. No witnesses, no stage to see, just breathe in the last light next to me. Count to 4 with the ribs, not pride. Let the breath be the long, clean guide. If memory calls for a brighter plea, answer with footsteps, small and free. The last light walks beside me, long shadows keeping pace. No crown required to guide me, no master hold my face. I'm done without approving, I keep what I can be. Dusk comes low and kindly, the last light walks with me. Fences leaning like elderly friends, trading the weather, predicting ends. A child chalks planets on the lane, spins a ring around her name. Her mother lifts a grocery bag, I catch the strap before it sags. No sermon there, no debts to weigh, just hip and hand and human day. Across the field a dog recalls a whistle stitched in evening calls. He trots back home uncomplicated, proof that peace can be translated. I thank the years for letting me see how small acts widen what will be. Breathe on forward while the slide notes lean, let the bass say home soft and clean. If pride returns with a megaphone plea, turn the volume down to C. The last light walks beside me, long shadows keeping pace. No crown required to guide me, no master hold my face. I'm done without approving, I keep what I can be. Dusk comes low and kindly, the last light walks with me. There's a bridge of iron over a patient stream, a mirror where I loan my dream. I drop 2 coins, one for grief, one for relief. The taught belief circles wide and then forget. Forgiveness keeps the water wet. I read my face the way we should, enough to know not to be understood. I am my work, the doors I oil, the weeds I pull from common soil. If legacy asks for a brighter key, I hand it hinges that swing quietly. Count to 4, let the strings inhale, let the trumpet glow like a faithful trail. If yesterday begs for authority, offer a chair, then let it be. The last light walks beside me, long shadows keeping pace. No crown required to guide me, no master hold my face. I'm done without approving, I keep what I can be. Dusk comes low and kindly, the last light walks with me. Bring me the locks I forced for show, I'll oil them now and let them go. Bring me the names I said too hard, I'll speak them soft in a clean backyard. Bring me
me the steps I marched in vain. I walk them home in evening rain. Let's slide guitar band once and rest. Let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory asks for a neon flame, point it to sucker, bread and name. Say less, stand plain, count to 4, remain. Mailbox yawns like a sleepy friend, holds a bill, a note, and the working end. The note says thanks in a sprawling hand for fixing a hinge they couldn't stand. I smile the way a quiet man smiles, folds the paper in quarter miles. There's wealth in chores that no one sees, floors that welcome, roofs that ease. I sweep the walk of a neighbor's place, leave my name off, leave only space. I've learned to earn with gentler tools, humble metals, softer rules. The last light nods in warm decree. You've done enough, come home with me. Breathe on 4, let the lamppost bloom. Let evening tidy the living room. If rumor looks for the old marquee, point it to dishes, tea and free. The last light walks beside me, long shadows keeping pace. No crown required to guide me, no master hold my face. I'm done with louder proving, I keep what I can be. Dusk comes low and kindly, though a stair walks with show. The last light walks beside me, long shadows keeping pace. No crown required to guide me, no master hold my face. I'm done with Horizon nine's the night too thin, rail tracks hum like a violin. Boots old scuff a modest claim, wind spells out my middle name. No one beside me, no one to blame, just me and the distance I became. I left a city built on louder proof, traded brass ceilings for an open roof, turned down parades that forget the street, chose smaller bread that the humble eat. I learned to measure what I let go, to walk like water where fires won't grow. Some call it loss, I call it aim, a tighter circle with a calmer flame. Photographs fade to the color of wheat, stories turn quiet with truth and meat. I'm lighter now in a heavier frame, the weight I lost was the need for fame. Count to 4 with a steady lung, let the past be past and the young stay young. If memory knocks with a stadium's name, answer with footsteps you're willing to claim. This is the distance I became, not running away, not hiding shame. I let the noise unlearn my name. I kept the work, I kept the same. The farther I walk from what I tame, the closer I came to the man I became. I used to bargain with thunder's dead, spend tomorrow
those I hadn't met. Now I buy minutes with breath and bone, paying quiet where haste had grown. There's a diner that remembers my nod, a prayer in the cup, a wink from God. The waitress writes, take care on the slip. I fold it like a sailor ship. Let current keep it, let tide explain how distance smooths the crowded brain. I'm still the one who loved the fight. I just choose battles that honor the night. Breathe on full, let the snare brush slow, let the slide guitar fade like snow. If pride wants echoes and rented acclaim, point it to gravel that knows your name. This is the distance I became, not running away, not hiding shame. I let the noise unlearn my name. I kept the work, I kept the same. The farther I walk from what I tame, the closer I came to the man I became. There's a bridge I cross where the river forgives, where losses convert to a life that lives. I drop old coins through the iron grate, watch circles widen and loosen fate. The water doesn't owe me speech, it holds my face just out of reach, enough to know not to control, a mirror for a working soul. I don't rehearse the lines I cut, I leave the door a little shut. What wants to leave, I let it pass. What needs to stay, I set like glass. Hold that forward till the ribs feel sure, let strings breathe in like a patient cure. If yesterday begs with a billboard flame, dim it to moonlight, keep your aim. This is the distance I became, not running away, not hiding shame. I let the noise unlearn my name. I kept the work, I kept the same. The farther I walked from what I tamed, the closer I came to the man I became. Bring me the doors I slam for proof, I'll hinge them soft under quieter roof. Bring me the miles I sprinted thin, I'll walk them back with a thicker skin. Bring me the names I spoke too loud, I'll say them small without the crowd. Let the piano place two notes and wait, let bass keep time with a slower fate. If distance is mercy in a faithful frame, let love be the work that remembers my name. Say less, stand plain, count to 4, remain. I pass a field where the scarecrows bow, a rusted choir that knows me now. They don't applaud and they don't accuse, they hold a posture I choose to use. A child on a fence line kicks his heels, his mother counts change for evening meals. I hold the door when they reach the store, no lesson given, just room for more. The smallest gestures I used to spend return like coins from a truer friend. I'm rich in a currency most won't claim, the quiet returns of a decent name. Count on 4, let the breath grow wise, let the truth be truth without disguise. If glory taps with a neon frame, offer a chair to climb the game. This is the distance I became, not running away, not hiding shame. I let the noise unlearn
I kept the work, I kept the same. The farther I walk from what I tame, the closer I came to the man I became. Bass hums low beneath, the kind of heat you can't contain. Her perfume burns through cigarette air. Sin wears silk and she's aware. The lights go soft, the air turns thin. She moves and the world gives in. And the night she breathes, she pulls me in. Whispering velvet sin. Her hands talk slow, they never plead. They draw the lines I swore I'd free. Her lips taste like a final prayer, half redemption, half despair. Each breath she steals feels like reward. Each silence sharper than a sword. The blues hum low beneath her skin. I'm trapped in velvet sin. She don't speak, she just commands. A quiet queen with trembling hands. The candle melts, the bass drops slow. Every beat says what we both know. I ain't holy, but I play pretend. Her eyes don't judge, they just transcend. Every move she makes drags me in, deeper in the velvet sin. No preacher saves the lustful kind. Restrains a storm in mine. The night forgives what dawn exposes. In heat, the devil wears roses. I feel a pulse beneath the skin. The line is gone, I cave within. And in that sound, that trembling grin, I drown in velvet sin. Like me, who chase what they ain't meant to see. She hums my name through bass and gin. Yeah, that's velvet sin. It moves like smoke, it breathes like flame. Every sigh repeats a name. I ain't fighting, I give in to that velvet sin. The sheets don't lie, they memorize the rhythm born in whispered sighs. Her shadow dances across the wall, a hymn of lust, the night's last call. Each note I play, she turns to ache. Each pause a promise I can't fake. And though I burn, I grin within, lost inside her velvet sin. She said you're calm, but you still crave. Peace don't feel what chaos gave. I laughed slow, said you're not wrong, then kissed the truth we built so long. The baseline throbbed, the air grew tight. I said beneath that light. If heaven calls, I won't begin. I'm standing in velvet sin. The man in the mirror looks amused. He knows the rules, I just refuse. He said, you traded grace for skin. I said, yeah, but I trade again. No guilt, no plea, no disguise, just truth behind these tired eyes. And in the smoke, she breathes again. That velvet sin. The bass still moves beneath the shame. The groove don't end, it hums her name. I tried to fight, but lust too kind. It holds my throat, rewrites my mind. Her kiss tastes like another life, where guilt's a lover, not a knife. I know I'm lost, but I don't resent. That's velvet sin. Pour one for the man who burned too slow, who found his peace where sinners go. He hums low in smoking gin. Yeah, that's velvet sin. Raise your glass to the hearts that fall, to those who feel through it all. No heaven waits, no discipline. Just velvet sin. The drums lean soft, the floorboards moan. The sound feels sacred, flesh and bone. Each thump's a pulse, each note's a flame. Each whisper knows the body's name. She laughs, I fade, the lights grow dim. The bass forgives what prayers condemn. And in that sound, that carnal hymn, we worship velvet sin. She don't promise, she don't stay. She just breathes my guilt away. Each echo hums, each tremor spins between the bass and how it begins. And though I fade, I still grin. I'm too
Morning folds open like a careful hand. Piano on the sill like dust on the land. Kettle takes breath, street arms away. There's nothing to chase and nothing to fade. I set down the armor I wore through the rain, and hear it, the calm calling my name. I've bartered with thunder, I've counted to 4. I've taught a locked city to love a soft door. I've carried a silence that sharpened the blade and set it all down when the debt had been paid. Now every step has a weight that's kind, measured and honest, a friend to the spine. I don't need applause in a rented room. The daylight shining is praise enough bloom. The coffee is simple, the ledger is clean. I tally by mercy, not by the sheen. where noise once begged for a loud acclaim. The wind writes gently, repeating my name. Counterfeit with the ribs, not pride. Let breath be the long, clear guide. If memory knocks with a neon flame, I answer with quiet. I know my name. The calm knows my name. It meets me at the door. It lifts the cup, it sets the frame. It teaches less is more. No trumpet to proclaim, no crown that needs a floor. I live where light is plain. The calm knows my name. I'm walking the block the way fathers do, carrying daylight like good men choose. I oil a hinge that no one will praise, sweep a small step for ordinary days. A boy rides past with a crooked grin, learning the breaks that hold trouble in. His mother smiles a thank you thin. We trade a nod, and that's a win. I used to love like a spark on straw, too hot to hold, too quick to draw. Now love's a river in a patient bed, cooler than fire, warmer than dread. I said two places, keep one for the rain. When weather needs shelter, it knows my name. Breathe on forward, let strings lean low. Let piano leave space where truths can grow. If pride returns for an old campaign, I pour it tea. It forgets my name. The calm knows my name. It meets me at the door. It lifts the cup, it sets the frame. It teaches less is more. No trumpet to proclaim, no crown that needs a floor. I live where light is plain. The calm knows my name. There's a chair that forgives the weight I bring, a lamp that edits the sting from things. On the wall, a map of slower roads, where patience pays and hurry owes. I've learned to repair what I used to replace, to bless with hands instead of haste. I keep small tools where anger hid, a screwdriver where judgment did. The hinge in me learned how to swing towards the hard truth and the truer spring. If grief needs room, I make it a lane. It passes through kindly and says my name. Count to 4 till the heart stands sure. Let quiet be strong and good be pure. If yesterday asked for a harsher rain, I write forgiven next to my name. The calm knows my name. It meets me at the door. It lifts the cup, it sets the frame. It teaches less is more. No trumpet to proclaim, no crown that needs a floor. I live where light is plain. The calm knows my name. Bring me the locks I forced for show. I'll oil them now and let them go. Bring me the words I threw like stone. I'll speak them soft and make them home. Bring me the miles I sprinted thin. I'll walk them back with broader skin. Let the guitar bend once and rest.
bass keep time inside the chest. If victory begs for a neon flame, point it to supper, bread and name. If power asks what it's for at last, to keep the future came to the past. Say let's stand plain, count to 4, remain. Neighbor's fence needs a measured hand. I lend the hour, not a brand. We talk of rain and the price of wheat, the sort of kingdom I trust my feet. He tells me loss in a quiet pitch. I answer by listening where ache is rich. No sermon spills, no banner flies, just cleaner air. A quiet hill with the grass laid low. Telephone wires hum what the seasons know. Boot soles find the truth of ground. Piano of crickets, no other sound. I open my palms to whatever's been and feel the old clean weight of the wind. I used to fight weather with iron lungs, argue with thunder like it owed me songs, chased every rumor with a sharpened shoe, turned every whisper to something I do. But storms get bored of the boy who shouts, teach him the value of leaving things out. Now I stand smaller and hold more sky, let clouds pass through without asking why. The trees keep counsel with a patient sway, counting to 4 till the rage goes gray. A leaf rides past with a saint's small grin and knows how to travel the weight of the wind. Breathe on 4, don't force the air, let your ribs be a rocking chair. If pride wants volume in velvet skin, answer softly, carry the wind. The weight of the wind is light but sure, a tender burden I can endure. It presses and blesses the bones I mend. I bow a little then rise again. No crown, no witness, no oath to spend, just me and the old clean weight of the wind. I learned to repair what I used to replace, to sand down anger to a workable grace, file off edges that begged for blood, trade iron for patience and fire for wood. My name used to knock like a bailiff's fist, now it arrives like a morning mist. I keep my promises near the wrist, so when I reach they won't be missed. A widow sweeps a stoop 2 doors down, hums a hymn that wears no crown. We share a nod that could feed a town, a treaty of ordinary worn like a gown. The wind signs off with a cedar's pen, rides carry less on the skin of men. Count to 4 while the snare stays thin, let the heart say stay and the breath come in. If yesterday asked to be loud again, point to the hill, say listen, wind. The weight of the wind is light but sure, a tender burden I can endure. It straightens posture, slows the end, teaches a spine how not to bend. No throne
piano, no trumpet, no staged amen. Just me and the old clean weight of the wind. There's a coat I wore through a furious age, lined with the clatter of a louder stage. I hang it now on a quieter hook. Let fabric remember what rage once took. My hands smell faintly of oiled old keys, doors I can open without making pleas. Not every lock needs force to spin, some undo easy with the wind. I measure my strength by what I spare, by paths I leave for others to wear. If a bridge needs toll, I'll pay in peace, offer my silence by release. I'm learning to lose like a patient friend, to give the victory to the wind. Breathe on four, let the drums stay low, let the strings lean in and let them go. If fear demands a harsher end, answer with breath, answer with wind. The weight of the wind is light but sure, a tender burden I can endure. It lifts my anger from under the skin, turns sharp to round, turns lost to kin. No medals pinned, no debts to spin, just me and the old clean weight of the wind. Bring me the doors I slammed for proof, I'll hinge them soft beneath this roof. Bring me the names I said too fast, I'll speak them slow till the hardness pass. Bring me the miles I sprinted then, I'll walk them back in a steadier skin. Let guitar bend like a reading prayer, let bass say home on the lower air. If courage is quiet, it sounds like this, a breath held true, a moment kissed. Say less, stand still, count to 4, let it fill. A child chases kites near a chain link wall, string line laughing at the threat to fall. His mother holds a spool like a steady moon, teaches him drift is a kind of tune. I learn again what the young already know. You fly by giving the wind more rope, not by yanking heaven to your plan, but by walking honest as a man. A sparrow stencils a dotted hem, from wire to wire, neat and slim. It doesn't explain how the currents blend, just rides in trust on the weight of the wind. Hold that 4 till the doubt grows kind, let your pulse be a gentler mind. If thunder begs to be your friend, shake its hand, then keep the wind. Count to 4 with a longer trust, let the drum be dust, the bronze be rust. If night requests one final grin, exhale slow and hand it the wind. The weight of the wind is light but sure, a tender burden I can endure. It clears the room where the loud ones grin, leaves only tools a good life needs. It leans me forward, keeps me thin, enough to fit where mercy is. No crown to straighten, no swords to tend, just me and the old clean weight of the wind. Write it in grass, wrap. The rain don't lie, it tells the truth of trust misplaced and wasted youth. The night don't talk, she just observes how love can twist what it deserves. The air feels thick with sweet denial, the kind that hides a knife behind the smile. In the dark, she nods, she's seen this trial. She spoke like wine, I drank too fast, believed each word would surely last. Her eyes a mirror too kind to read, her lips a prayer I didn't heed. Every promise came wrapped in silk, soft as mercy, sharp as guilt. And though she swore to stay a while, there was a knife behind her smile. The truth don't scream, it just appears between two lies and quiet tears. I found a scent on a stranger's skin, felt my heartbeat cave within. The bed felt cold, though the night was warm. The storm outside became her phone. The silence laughed, I lost my style. To the night, to her smile. No preacher preaches this kind of sin, when love cuts deep and bleeds within. You can't confess what's half your blame, you just drink down the taste of shame. The mirror shows what I can't deny, a man too proud to even cry. And though forgiveness walks a mile, it lives behind that smile. So pour one for the fool who believed her eyes, who thought that heaven don't disguise. He laughs low, he hurts in style, 'cause there's a knife behind the smile. It glows like faith, it feels like sin, cuts from the heart, not from the skin. I ain't seeking truth or trial, just a knife behind the smile. I burned her letters in the sink, watch love turn smoke before I blink. Each word curled soft and turned to ash, like time erasing every flash. Her name still hums when I close my eyes, a ghost that no goodbye denies. And though I've walked 1,000 miles, I still feel the knife behind her smile. I caught my face in the window stare, a broken man pretending care. I lied to friends, said I moved on, but pain plays slow, it ain't gone. The blues don't heal, it just refines, turns wounds to rhythm, tears to lines. And though I play it cool a while, it bleeds, that knife behind her smile. The man in the mirror speaks too plain, says, boy, you fed the fire with blame. He don't sneer, he don't accuse, he just counts the debts I choose. He says, she ain't cruel, she's just the truth. You loved her edge, not her proof. And in that hush of self-denial, he points to the knife behind the smile. I saw her once by the riverside,
She turned away, but didn't hide. Her silence said more than I could bear. Her calm was colder than the air. She smiled soft, then looked away. I swear that grin still cuts today. No mercy left to reconcile. Just that knife behind the smile. Pour one for the man who learned too late that love and pain share the same fate. He hums low, he bleeds in style, 'cause there's a knife behind the smile. Raise your glass to the ones who trust, to every heart that turns to dust. No glory left, no trial, just the knife behind the smile. The night hums low, the truth breathes deep. Every promise I made won't sleep. I strum the wound, I taste the rain, playing her name through every pain. Each note I bend bleeds pure and vile. It sings that knife behind her smile. And when the smoke fills all the aisle, I still feel the knife behind her smile. The wind still hums through the broken blinds, a soft reminder of changing times. The glass half full, the fight half done. The war I waged, I finally won. The smoke don't cling, it drifts away, like all the debts I used to pay. In the dark, she smiles, she keeps the score, but the night don't owe me anymore. I chase the dawn with bloodshot eyes, trying to bury what truth implies. Each dream I lost, I call it fate. Each sin I loved, I dressed as great. I walk through storms, I beg for pain, just to feel alive again. Now the fire's out, the whiskey's poured, but the night don't owe me anymore. The jukebox hums a tired refrain, a song I played to drown the pain. The barmaid nods, she knows my face. She's seen regret in every case. The stool still creaks beneath my weight, a ghost of pride, a twist of fate. But the chair don't judge, the floor don't mourn, and the night don't owe me anymore. Ain't no preacher left to save my kind, just the echo of peace I find
You can fight the dark, but it never dies. It just waits beneath your sighs. The blues don't cure, it just forgives. For every fool who still relives. I took my last, I closed that door. The night don't own me anymore. So pour one for the man who found his peace when the noise fell down and the doubt ceased. He laughs low, calm to the core. Yeah, the night don't know him anymore. It hums like mercy, soft and slow. A quiet truth he's come to know. He ain't seeking fight or war, 'cause the night don't know him anymore. Her photo's cracked but still looks kind. The love's long gone but not declined. I talk to her like she's still near. Tell her what I couldn't clear. Her smile don't fade, it just forgives. A shade that knows how silence lives. I used to bleed for what she wore. Now the night don't know me anymore.
I learned that loss ain't always pain. Sometimes it's just the end of rain. The sun still sets, the soul still mends. You learn that peace don't mean it ends. I burned my guilt, I kept the scar, a map to show me who we are. And though I've sinned, my spirit's sore. The night don't owe me anymore. The man in the mirror don't talk tonight. He just nods once under pale light. He don't accuse, he don't forgive. He just shows the way I live. He says, boy, the fight's been long, but every wrong wrote you a song. And I smile back the same as before, 'cause the night don't owe me anymore. My heart don't race like it used to do. It beats slow, quiet, clean and true. The blues still play, but soft refined, like a scar that learned to stay behind. I hum along, no pain, no score, just rhythm born from what I swore. The ghost still knocks, I don't implore. The night don't owe me anymore. Pour one for the man who walked away from every ghost that begged to stay. He hums low like paint's no more. Yeah, the night don't owe him anymore. It breathes like truth through open air. No guilt, no pride, just being there. I fade, I smile, I restore. The night don't owe me anymore. So pour one for the quiet kind, who left their sorrow far behind. For the men who learn what hearts are for. Yeah, the night don't owe them anymore. No crying, no fleeing, no lore, just stillness one metaphor. But when I faint, I'm sure the
night don't own me anymore. I seen the fire fall in that flame. I see men die but still retain. I see a little fade be peace with lane. They'll start a fume after rain, and I forget. Counter's cold, cup gone thin. Steam left early, won't come again. Neon blinks like a tired hymn. Door sighs once then, forgives the wind. Sun edges in with a hesitant nod. I drink with ghosts and quiet gods. I used to wake with a siren's plan, chasing a storm like a younger man. Now I count spoons in a vacant den, silver that learned how to listen within. The clock licks minutes off the wall, a gentle thief who knows it all. I learned to hold what doesn't bruise, to keep one truth and let others lose. The street outside ties up its hair, morning's braid on an honest stare. I stir the cup though the warmth is gone, habit that believes the dawn. Count to four with the ribs, not pride. Let breath decide what words won't ride. If thunder asks for a second shot, tell it not today, I'm better soft. Cold coffee and quiet gods, that's breakfast for the scarred and nod. No choir needed, no king's facade, just a chair that holds my flawed. I lift the cup to the day I've got, to every fire I chose not. There's a photo curled on the bulletin cork, a younger grin with a rusted fork. He thought the world was a door to force. I taught him hinges in the patient course. I used to love like a smuggled flame, too bright to hold, too quick to name. Now love is water in a steady jar, tastes like distance, drinks like star. A sparrow pecks at the window's doubt, small brave heart on a crosstown route. It looks like truth without applause, a perfect rule with kinda laws. Breathe on forward till the bass says stay, let the snare brush sweep away. If yesterday knocks with its louder frauds, serve it cold coffee and quiet gods. Cold coffee and quiet gods. I eat my peace in smaller rods, where thunder begged, I'm counting sod seeds. I planted flaws and clods. I bless the hours the city trods, and sip with ghosts and quiet gods. The waitress writes mercy on a receipt line, be well in ink like a slow design. She says my name like she stores the sound, a coin that comes back double round. I tip her truth, not pity's grin, for the night she's paid in noise and sin. We share a nod that could feed a town, a humble yes that sets cups down. Outside a bus exhales its dread, men bored softer than what they said. I used to measure by who knelt fast, now I measure by who lets past. Count to four, let the piano wait, one note hanging like a held out gate. If pride returns with a metal rod, bend it back with quiet gods. Cold coffee and quiet gods, sermon in steam that memory lost. No miracle here, no stacked applause, just decent breath and gentler claws. If grace is real, it minds the sods, where roots drink deep with quiet gods. I never sent. Bring me the vows I kept in rent. Bring me the locks that learned my hand. Bring me the miles that didn't demand. Let the guitar bend where courage heals. Let the bass speak truths the mouth conceals. If peace is priced in smaller ways, I'll pay in pauses and honest days. Say less, mean more. Hold breath, count 4. A man in a booth folds yesterday's news, wrings out the ink for softer views. He nods at me like a weathered oath, with strangers sworn to the same slow growth. 2 kids trade marbles near the door, big as planets on a cleaner floor. They share, they argue, then split the sky. Tiny treaties that learn how to try. I taste the bitter that won't turn sweet, a lesson poured where grief and meat. Cold coffee's honest, it doesn't pretend. It stays what it is till the very end. Breathe on 4, let the window glow. Let morning shine where the thin lights go. If rage requests its crimson rods, I answer flat, I'm with the gods. Cold coffee and quiet gods, I lay my wars in uncut sods. No crown to polish, no iron prods, just steady hands and softer odds. If legacy asks for polished nods, I'll point to steam and quiet gods. There's a church across from the grocery store, spills hymns and coupons under the door. A mother counts change with a prayer's brave math, chooses milk and keeps her path. I've bought 1,000 thundercrats, but mercy taught me better maps. Now when a line divides my mind, I draw a bridge and leave it kind. The ghosts that used to own my lungs hum a lower, humbler tongue. They're not gone, we've made a truce. They watch me choose what I refuse. Hold that for till the heart beats clean. Let strings silo like evergreen. If the night returns with brass applauds, I pour it down for quiet gods. Cold coffee and quiet God, breakfast with the honest squads. I toast to every softer clause, to measured wins and better frauds. If feathered waves and sinking sighs, terribly young and quiet gods. Breathe aus hade gått en minutes to every beach that on. Ain't no mercy in a diamond shine, because it's deep as a bottle of time. The suit still fits, the soul does not. Every win I made came with a cost. The silence hums where the crowd once screamed. The mirror's honest, cruel and mean. In the night, she knows what I've become. I walk through rooms lined with smoking glass, shook hands with ghosts who never laughed. They smile wide but their eyes were cold. Each deal I made, another piece I sold. My pocket's heavy, my heart gone thin. You can't buy peace when you trade your skin. And though I sleep on silken foam, gold don't keep you warm. The table's full but the chair feels bare. Laughter fades into empty air. Every toast just burns my throat. Every friend another note. I build my castle out of ash. Watch the years go up in cash. The taste of winter feels like storm. 'Cause gold don't keep you warm. No preacher ever told this truth, that sin wears a tailored suit. The blues don't care how you climb, it waits in every glass of wine. The higher you sit, the colder the flame, the richer the lie, the sharper the pain. And when the noise fades to form, gold don't keep you warm. So pour one for the man who took it all, built his name just to watch it fall. He laughs low, still dressed in charm, but gold don't keep you warm. It shines like sin, it hums like shame. Another crown without a name. I ain't searching peace, just calm. 'Cause gold don't keep you warm. I walk the halls where my echoes stay. Each step a debt I failed to pay. The walls remember what I ignore. That comfort's cheap, but soul's worth more. Voice still haunts the marble floor. She said you won, but what for? And I just stare through the golden storm. Gold don't keep you warm. The phone still rings, but I let it die. I got no truth left to justify. The parties fade, the faces change. Every cheer just feels the same. I used to think the night was kind. Now she just reads my state of mind. The liquor burns where pride was born. 'Cause gold don't keep you warm. The man in the mirror smirks again. Says you traded love for a house of sin. He's dressed sharp, but he bleeds inside. A king with nothing left to hide. The ink on my hands won't wash away. It's a price I pay to play this way. Every promise I bent, every norm. Still gold don't keep you warm. She used to hum when the rain came down. Now just hear the city sound. The perfume lingers on the stairs. Goes too real, too unaware. I tried to pray, but I've gone too far. The blues don't answer to who you are. Each memory burns, your silence torn. Gold don't keep you warm. Pour one for the man who don't belong, whose crown weighs heavy, whose nights are long. He still hums low through the storm. Yeah, gold don't keep you warm. Raise a glass to the sins we buy, to every truth we let go by. No kingdom left to transform. Gold don't keep you warm. The blues don't fade when the lights turn down. It sleeps in silk, it wears your crown. Each note I play feels less like art, more like confession from the heart. I chase a piece I can't perform, 'cause gold don't keep you warm. And in that hush beneath the storm, gold don't keep you warm. I ain't holy, I ain't free, but I still play a minor key. If heaven's rich, I'll take the street where truth and silence always meet. My shoes are clean, my soul is not still chasing me. And I forgot the night forgives a day deformed. Gold don't keep you warm. Ain't no choir to sing my tune, just a hum of gold under the moon. It don't cry, it don't reform. Gold don't keep you warm. It's a lover cold and unaware. I fade, I fall, I lose my form. Gold don't keep you warm. So pour one for the hollow kind, who lost their soul but kept their shine. For the men who trade the truth for charm. Yeah, gold don't keep you warm. No light, no grace, no calms. There goes playing the same old song. And if I fade, remember my form. Gold don't keep you warm. I've seen kings bang back broken late, but just no cross gon' break together. I seen novas leave the sweetest bears and damn berries or wish stairs and never use the deco form. The whole goes mounted to do we own. So there's no clone that find a form, 'cause gold don't keep you warm.
Velvet on the barrel, lipstick on the rim. Glass makes a halo where the low lights dim. Laughter in the doorway fades like a bribe. Or hush signs, papers that a shout can't write. I don't hurry destiny, I make it right. Slow as a serpent that knows it's alive. Snap of a match, river of smoke. Every oath in the room remembers how I spoke. If temptation is a weapon, I call it mine. Honey on the edge with an iron spine. He stepped like a verdict, gold at her throat. A comma in the sentence only kings can quote. I said danger, mouse said prove. Hip like a metronome telling the groove. She drew her heart in the fog of my glass and smudged it clean with the back of her laugh. Baby, she said, what buys you calm? Time, I said, in the feel of my palm. I count by silences, tax them like rain, stack them like bills in a patient man's brain. The piano confessed in D minor size, while the horn bargained daylight from night's disguise. She touched the cufflinks, silver and cold, found a reflection in the story I told. Don't reach for my pulse if you don't know the deal. I'm soft to the touch, but the softness is steel. Her smile drew blood without leaving a mark. I signed with a nod and she lit the dark. If desire is a ledger, then here's the figure. Every sweet nothing is a velvet trigger. Breathe slow, let the room lean in. Sugar on a tongue, gun under the grin. Call it love, call it ransom, call it art. Every gentle touch is a blade with a heart. I keep my thunder hidden in a velvet case. Let temptation talk while I save my face. If the night wants proof, I pour it down bigger, pulling figure, one finger on a velvet trigger. No rush, no roar, just a sovereign sway. A kiss like a contract that won't decay. If power needs sugar to make men shiver, I sweeten the barrel of the velvet trigger. Back room quiet hums through the vents. Brass like incense, sins like sense. The dealer blinked twice, the waiter looked away. Somewhere a rumor forgot what to say. She traced the map of the skies I don't show. Named every street by the secrets I know. Where does it hurt? She asked with a grin. In the places I went, I said and went again. Her perfume wrote scripture on a leather banquet. A gospel of wagers I don't regret. I've learned to forgive what I never allowed. I've learned to be quiet when quiet is loud. She put her hand where a holster might be. Found only patience and keys to the sea. Is it love or a lesson? She breathed near my ear. It's whatever survives after smoke and fear. The band bent notes till the ceiling curved, and time like a valet waited and served. If mercy is a currency, I'm a careful giver. I tip the night with my velvet trigger. I learned
restraint from a loaded dawn, from a door I could open but chose to yawn, from a rival who guessed and a friend who knew that patience is cheaper than cleaning the room. The city keeps secrets in the teeth of the rain and writes their initials on subway stains. She asked for a truth I never recite, so I gave her a silence tune just right. Promise me something you can't rescind. Alright, I said I won't pretend. If a crown must weigh, I'll let it weigh. If a love must cost, I'll gladly pay. Her laugh walked barefoot across my nerves, balanced a blade on the curve that curves. Steady now, let the strings draw near, make the bass confess what the brave won't hear. Paint the silence black, edge it in silver, kiss like a verdict from a velvet trigger. I keep my thunder hidden in a velvet case, let temptation talk while I save my face. If the night wants proof, I pour it down bigger, pull and fade with one finger on a velvet trigger. No rush, no roar, just a sovereign sway, a kiss like a contract that won't decay. If power needs sugar to make men shiver, I sweeten the barrel of the velvet trigger. Breathe through the fuse, don't rush the fire, let restraint be the quietest choir. When the night leans in like a careful giver, sign with a kiss from the velvet trigger. I keep my thunder hidden in a velvet case, let temptation talk while I save my face. If the night wants proof, I pour it down bigger, pull and fade with one finger on a velvet trigger. No rush, no roar, just a sovereign sway, a kiss like a contract that won't decay. If power needs sugar to make men shiver, I sweeten the barrel of the velvet trigger. Velvet trigger, velvet trigger, velvet trigger, velvet trigger.
Lights stand out till they're barely a thread. The door takes a bow like it's paying its debt. I leave 2 bills and a promise to deliver. The left as climb low, the light squad river. And a faddy baby, yes, I pass waist grando. You level toward home. Use as a task. A velvet trigger. Trigger, oh, velvet trigger.
Morning irons gold on the banister rail, dust floats easy like a letter without mail. Kettle lifts steam like a simple renown. No trumpets needed, gentle is the crown. I wore a weight that bent my spine, called it glory, called it mine. Spoke like a storm in every room, turned small good days into costume. But silk grows thin and thunder tires, truth finds water, not the fires. Now power lives where hands calm down, in doors that open without sound. Count to 4 with ribs, not pride. Let breath be the longer guide. If memory asks for a louder town, point at mercy, gentle is the crown. gentle is the crown.
Light as a shared hand,
Not gold that drags you down,
but grace that lets you stand.
no banners to unfurl, no armies to astound. The strongest man I've learned to be his crown is gentle on the ground. The neighbor waves with a busted gate, says I started wrong and finished late. We measure twice and cut once more, leave room for rain the wood can store. We sign the job with a nod and tea, two common men and dignity. No speeches framed, no cameras round, just hinges singing gentle crown. Breathe on for let piano wait, let strings say home in a lower fate. If pride rehearses a brighter noun, teach it the sentence gentle crown. Gentle is the crown,
Light as a shared hand,
not gold that drags you down,
but grace that lets you stand.
no banners to unfurl, no armies to astound. The strongest man I've learned to be is crown is gentle on the ground. I kept a suit that demanded rooms, pressed my shadow into their blooms. A tailor's chalk road, win or fall, but velvet can't forgive a wall. I hung that coat beside my rage, watched both grow small with honest stage. Now linen air and denim brown fit better on a gentle crown. Count to 4 till the heart stands sure, let quiet be strong and good be pure. If thunder begs for a second round, smile once kindly, sit it down. Gentle is a crown,
Light as a shared hand,
not gold that drags you down,
but grace that lets you stand.
no banners to unfurl, no armies to astound. The strongest man I've learned to be is crown is gentle on the ground. I walk the block like a steward does, checking the hinges nobody was. A widow's porch needs one more brace, her thank you lives in a softened face. A boy debates with a stubborn chain, I show the trick that spares the strain. He learns that force can make you drown, patience floats a gentle crown. I used to fix with an iron shout, now I repair by hearing out. The city breathes when voices round, the chord resolves, the crown is found. Bring me the locks I force for show, I'll oil them now and let them go. Bring me the names I said too hard, I'll speak them soft in the backyard. Bring me the miles I sprinted thin, I'll walk them back with broader skin. Let slide guitar bend once then rest, let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory wants a neon sound, feed it bread, set chairs around. A table set for ordinary towns, there lies the weight of gentler crowns. Say less, stand plain, count to 4, remain. On my desk a door of unmailed lines, apologies stitched to winter vines. I send a few and spare the rest, some truths grow truer when confessed. To wooden rooms and dishes clean, the evenings low and faithful screen. The mirror edits what pain wrote down, leaves who I am, removes the frown. I wear my peace like a working gown, it keeps me warm and crowns me down. Oh, that 4-letter M click pray, Let mercy sign the day. If glory taps for another round, pour it tea, let quiet crown. Gentle is the crown, not gold that drags you down. No banners to unfurl, no armies to astound. The strongest man I've learned to be his crown is gentle on the ground. Jagged braids copper through the trees. Street lamps practice simple ease. I sweep the porch of its golden curls. Shavings bright like little worlds. A letter waits with a grateful tone. About the table, steady home. I fold it twice like a carpenter's square. Slide it where the tools declare. What I repair repairs me now. I bow to work the way men bow to love that keeps without renown. The truest law, a gentle crown. Mirrors lean close here, floorboards bowed with grace. How kingdoms mow by different space. Lean close, it bears toward that's its found. Sonneting for everyone, not for a deed it doesn't bring.
Streetlight spills like a silver confession across the pavement where the wind keeps score. I measure my calm in the length of my shadow and count out the promises I can't ignore. Window blinks, the city turns its shoulder. I keep my collar up against the cold. Silence is heavy, but it doesn't break me. It chisels my will into iron and gold. There's a rusted gate that sings when I pass it, like a memory learning how to breathe. I could chase ghosts till the morning forgives me, but I've learned what stays and what needs to leave. There's a map in the cracks of the sidewalk, a secret compass under my feet. Every turn writes a vow in the gravel. Walk with patience, never retreat. Oh. Neon rain, it drips from the awning, spilling stories I rarely tell. I keep my words like coins in a pocket, spend only where silence won't do as well. Old mistakes sit quiet on benches, tipping hats as I wander by. They're not friends, but they know my posture. Back straight, jaw easy, eyes on the sky. I used to run where the rumors were louder, hunting thunder just to test my name. Now I sip slow from the cup of the evening, let the bitterness teach me a different flame. The alley breeze, a harmonica distant, the tone of a promise I'm learning to keep. I'm not lost, I'm exacting my choosing. Where I sow is where I'll reap. And the night asks softly, who do you carry? I answer only the man I'm meant to be. If the road is narrow, let it be narrow. My stride is steady, my hands walk free. I walk alone but not lonely. I got a mirror for a friend and a shadow for a guide. D minor on my tongue, heart slow and holy. Every step a quiet oath I sign inside. I don't shout for the world to know me. I let the rhythm of my boots declare my creed. I walk alone but not lonely, a planted seed becoming what I need. curve of the moonlight. It turns in the lock of my ribs. Patience hums like a low burn fire, feeding muscle to my fibs. I used to swear by the crowded tables, cards and smoke and restless deals. Now I trade in hours and focus, stacking bricks, no room of steals. The river speaks under iron bridges, cold and clear with measured grace. It tells me, hold your center, traveler, win the inside, you'll win the race. A passing train writes sparks on the darkness, Morse code for a stubborn heart. I read it true, keep walking softly. Every master was once apart. And the dawn sits waiting behind the warehouses, a thin pale blade that will cut me clean. If I bleed today, let it be old doubt, let courage fill the space between. Alone but not lonely. I got a mirror for a friend and a shadow for a guide. D minor on my tongue, heart slow and holy. Every step a quiet oath I sign inside. I don't shout for the world to know me. I let the rhythm of my boots declare my creed. I walk alone but not lonely. A planet seed becoming what I need. Whispers on brick, the city remembers all the versions of me that tried to impress. One by one I fold them and file them, thank them kindly, then lay them to rest. Slide it to our sides like a door near closing, but I'm the hinge that refuses to rust. I am the keeper of small, sure choices. Stone by stone I build my trust. If thunder comes, I won't chase it. Let the storm announce itself. I've got weather in my marrow and a compass on the shelf. Reach is nothing without ground, and grace means power with a leash. I set the table for my hunger, serve it discipline for each. I walk alone but not lonely. I've got a mirror for a friend and a shadow for a guide. D minor on my tongue, heart slow and holy. Every step a quiet oath I sign inside. I don't shout for the world to know me. I let the rhythm of my boots declare my creed. I walk alone but not lonely. A planet seed becoming what I need. I walk alone but not lonely, not empty, full of quiet speed. Streetlight fades, the vinyl crackle widens. I count my steps, then let them go. Where I'm headed doesn't need a witness, only a promise kept low and slow. Fade on the river of breath, fade on the ink of the road. I walk alone but not lonely, becoming the man I already know.
Morning rests open on a kitchen tile. Steam writes mercy in a cursive smile. I count my breath like coins I've signed. When the battles are over, there's nothing left but kind. I kept a ledger made of iron and ash, roll out totals in the soldier's sash. I measured men by the weight they threw. Built taller walls and truth could shoot, but doors don't sing for a fist that pounds. They learn the hands that spare their sounds. I traded thunder for a humbler grind and found the only wealth I keep is kind. Now small tools wait where anger stood, a claw, some oil, a plan for good. A quiet bench, a chair aligned. What power remains is the power to be kind. Count to 4 with the ribs, not pride. Let breathe be the long, clear guide. If memory knocks with a sharpened mind, set down the blade, pick up the kind. There's nothing left but kind. When all the gold goes dim, when neon quits its grind, and brass forgets to hymn, no louder crown to find, no sharper law to sign. When life is finally underlined, there's nothing left but kind. I pass a stoop with a lopsided rail, 2 screws shy of a safer tale. A neighbor shrugs, I meant to fix. We trade a laugh for nails, 6 ticks. No sermon there, no proof to stage, just borrowed time from a quieter age. He says, you save me, I shake my head. You'll do the same for someone's bread. We write a treaty with a level line, tight grain joint, the edge is fine. The street learns patience intertwined with smaller words that chooses kind. Breathe on 4, let strings lean low, let piano leave space where meanings grow. If pride returns politely blind, open the window, call in kind. There's nothing left but kind. When all the gold goes dim, when neon quits its grind, and brass forgets to hymn, no louder crown to find, no sharper law to sign. When life is finally underlined, there's nothing left but kind. I wore a suit that made rooms bow, silk like thunder on a clever brow. It held my fears with polished pins, looked like power, felt like sins. I hung it up where ghosts undress, watched it wilt into something less. Denim and linen learned my spine, taught my shoulders a gentler line. What good is iron without a door? What good is more when you need restore? I stitch my name in a softer bind, a coat that fits the weather of kind. Count to 4 till the heart stands sure. Let quiet be strong and good be pure. If yesterday asked for a stricter fine, offer your hands and call it kind. There's nothing left but kind. When all the gold goes dim, when neon quits its grind, and brass forgets to hymn, no louder crown to find, no sharper law to sign. When life is finally underlined, there's nothing left but kind. Bring me the locks I force for show, I'll lower them down and let them go. Bring me the names I said too hard, I'll speak them soft in the backyard. Ooh. Bring me the miles I sprinted thin, I'll walk them back with broader skin. Let slide guitar band once then rest, let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory begs for a neon shrine, feed it bread, water it kind. Say less, stand plain, count to 4, remain. A letter waits with a quiet thanks, about the hinge by the garden planks. I fold it twice the simple way, a receipt for time I chose to stay. Down at the corner a widow stares at groceries tall as her public cares. We split the weight across 2 streets. Neither hero, just human feats. No choir call, no corn was signed. We reached the door, the rest was kind. She touched my wrist, said, bless your mind. I answered yours, we're both aligned. Hold that 4, let the rim click, pray. Let mercy sign the day. If thunder knocks with a blazing mind, show it the sink, we're in sync kind. There's nothing left but kind. When all the gold goes dim, when neon quits its grind, and brass forgets to hymn, no louder crown to find, no sharper law to sign. When life is finally underlined, there's nothing left but kind. And I open the drawer of unmailed lines, apologies stitched to winter vine. Some I send with a steady pen, some I keep for the kitchen's amen. A boy drops coins in a dented jar, saves for a bike like a private star. Out a bill in a folded slide, don't sign my name, let luck decide. He don't smile way and doesn't know, that's the point of certain glow. The brightest lights are undesigned, they warm the room and leave it kind. There's nothing left but kind. When all the gold goes dim, when neon quits its grind, and brass forgets to hymn, writing his scribe on the windows, lighting shafts for Plaza Brand. Monet penning his sticker saying, when life is finally underlined, Julius Sputter livified, there's nothing left but kind. There's nothing.
Lamp hangs low like a moon in chains. Dust rides halos over wood grain veins. I pull out the chair that remembers my weight, lay down a ledger and a patient fate. Trumpet far off, rain near the panes. Tonight we dine with a table of names. Old cold secrets a church won't keep, grooves like scars where the vows ran deep. There's coffee rings shaped like unclosed loops, cigarette constellations of old truths. Some names shine like a clean brass rail, some look back with a county jail pale. I trace with a finger the ones who stayed, the ones who folded the debts I paid. A city is made of the hands that lift, a mercy in pockets, a careful drift. I didn't build empires with a marching band, I built them slow with a quieter hand. The bass underfoot hums low and claims, power remembers at the table of names. Count to 4 before you speak, let the snare ride low on cheek. Ink may fade and ash may stain, but a kept old never leaves the grain. Raise a glass to the table of names, to brothers of light and sisters of flames, to the ones who ran and the ones who came, to the lost and the loyal who bled the same. If crowns are heavy and glory remains, we rest the weight on the table of names. Here's Angelo, steady as winter steel, never took more than a man could feel. Here's Rosa the saint with a gambler's eye, saved 3 boys and refused the sky. Here's Vito who lied like a choir boy's hymn, sweet on the tongue with a knife in the rim. I bought him grace on a Sunday night, sold him the truth when he asked for light. And here's a blank where a friend should be,
the ghost of a promise that outlived me. Some names I whisper so they don't wake pain. Some I pronounce like a gentle rain. If legacy's a ledger nobody owns, we're all signatures on borrowed bones. The organ breathes softly like old remains. I turn a page at the table of names. Count to 4, keep shoulders square. Let memory sit in the head of the chair. A king is a clerk when the night explains. All power kneels at the table of names. Raise a glass to the table of names, to brothers of light and sisters of flames, to the ones who ran and the ones who came, to the lost and the loyal who bled the same. If crowns are heavy and glory maims, we rest the weight on the table of names. A waitress turned widow writes notes in the margin, small clean letters like a private pardon. She circles a day when the docks went dark, when sirens learned a funeral's large. I fold a bill under her sorrow's plate, not to erase, just to mediate. A soldier I raised from a street with no father, left his rage here and grew up farther. He learned that thunder is easy to sell, but quiet keeps the city well. Another page, ink bleeds like wine, with loyalty tilted on a crooked line. I forgave once where twice would kill. I held the door when mercy stood still. No angels here, no perfect claims, just men tuned low at the table of names. Count to 4, give grief a chair, let brass sigh soft in the open air. If truth is heavy, don't shift the frame, hold steady now at the table of names. Raise a glass to the table of names, to brothers of light and sisters of flames, to the ones who ran and the ones who came, to the lost and the loyal who bled the same. If crowns are heavy and glory maims, we rest the weight on a table of names. Bring me the ink that outlasts rain, bring me the hands that ease the stain, bring me the night I should have stayed, bring me the bill I never paid, bring me the doors I closed too soon, bring me the favors I called a boon. Let the guitar bend like a vow that bends, let the organ count our better ends. If legacy's a candle that knows our shame, we hold the flame at the table of names. Ride slow, breathe through, say less, pay due. A traitor returns as a father of two, holds out a hand like a debt that grew. He asks for work, not a pardon's kiss. I give him roots where the edges miss. Not mercy blind, not judgment wild. A safer street for a safer child. A widow brings roses for the men who fell, says nothing, her silence rings the bell. The room takes note like a notary sky, even the shadows forget to lie. I learned to bless without losing the blade, to ask of the storm what calmness paid. I signed 3 lines and refuse 1 war, approve 1 truce and forgive 1 score. The pen feels warm in a colder hand. Some laws you keep just because you can. Count to 4, let the pages rest. Lay your ear on the table's chest. If the past still beats and the present aims, we pause together at the table of names. Raise a glass to the table of names, to brothers of light and sisters of flames, to the ones who ran and the ones who came, to the lost and the loyal who bled the same. If crowns are heavy and glory maims, we rest the weight on a table of names.
deep miner dawn on a water skin. Mist writes cursive where banks begin. Gravel listen, reeds lean slow, piano of droplets counting go. I touch the rail and feel time run. This river moves but forgets no one. I've walked beside this faithful vein, through winter glass and summer rain. It kept my secret, learned my stride, filed my anger, gentle pride. I threw a stone when I was young, a vow that bent a stubborn tongue. The circles widened, found there's some there singing still the river's drum. I thought I left those echoes then, but water keeps what shapes a man. Count to 4 with the ribs, not pride. Let breathe be the long, clear guide. If memory begs for a brighter gun, point to the current. It forgets no one. The river forgets no one. It carries, doesn't erase. It smooths the names we called and leaves them in their place. No judgment in its running, no scoreboard in its run. It holds the world in motion. The river forgets no one. Folds a letter thin and drops it in like a trusted hymn. Fence still holds her script, confess. The water tucks it to its chest. 2 kids throw sticks and count to 4. Each choice chooses its farther shore. They cheer for the one that learns to bend. They watch the stubborn sinking end. I nod like maps that finally know you move by yielding more than go. What couldn't listen came undone, but mercy swam. It drowned no one. Breathe on 4, let strings lean low. Let piano leave space where meanings grow. If pride returns with a hurried tongue, set it to water. It forgives no one. The river forgets no one. It carries, doesn't erase. It smooths the names we carved and leaves them in their place. No judgment in its running, no scoreboard in its run. It holds the world in motion. The river forgets no one. I kept a drawer of unmailed lines, apologies stitched to winter vines. I read them here and tear them slow, like petals training grief to grow. The pages drift in softened bits, become a school of tender wits. A carp turns once, a heron bows. The river signs the gentler vows. It doesn't lift me out of pain, it teaches names for honest rain. I learned to stand where truths are spun, not to be spotless, just become. Count to 4 till the heart stands sure. Let quiet be strong and good be pure. If thunder begs for a borrowed gun, show it these banks, they shoot no one. The river forgets no one. It carries, doesn't erase. It smooths the names we carved and leaves them in their place. No judgment in its running, no scoreboard in its run. It holds the world in motion. motion. The river forgets no one. Bring me the locks I forced for show. I'll oil them now and let them go. Bring me the names I said too hard. I'll speak them soft in the backyard. Bring me the miles I sprinted thin. I'll walk them back with broader skin. Let finger pick guitar bend once, then rest, let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory wants a neon sun, feed it bread by the river's run. Because power without kindness is only one. And rivers keep the ledger. They forget no one. Say less, stand plain, count to 4, remain. Across the bend, a factory wall, rust and ivy equal draw. The river eats the iron's pride, turns red to brown, then lets it slide. Even the worst it learns to live, not to pretend, but give it drift. A bottle note inside my hand, a boy's small script, a future plan. I'll learn to fix, I'll learn to stay. I'll make the doors behave this way. I seal it back and trust the run. Some other shore will meet that sun. Hold that 4, let rim click, pray. Let mercy sign the day. If history asks what we've become, point at the water. It forgets no one. The river forgets no one. It carries, doesn't erase. It smooths the names we carved and leaves them in their place. No judgment in its running, no scoreboard in its run. It holds the world in motion. The river, it forgets no one. The river forgets no one. It carries, doesn't erase. Write it in reeds and walking stones, in bridges strong and humbler homes. No brightest crown, no loud enthroned, just breathe and bread and labor grown. If I am gone and daylight runs, remember how the water hums.
Daylight sits quiet on a workbench scar. Dust makes halos where the tools now are. Piano breath, a low D chord. My hands remember what they're for. No crowd, no clout that needs a jury. Just honest work with hands without hurry. I hammered my youth to a louder law. Built fast kingdoms out of raw. The nails look brave till the boards pull thin. Speed was a show I kept within. Now I square the wood till corners rest. Let patience choose which cut is best. I sand the edge till the splinters learn that time is a teacher that doesn't burn. I oil the hinge and watch it sing, a quiet art that spares the spring. The door behaves like a truer story. That's what you get with hands without hurry. Count to 4 on the ribs, not eyes. Let breath be the rule that squares your lies. If pride says faster, smile and defer. What's meant to last prefers the slower. good. Hands without hurry, they hold, they mend, they stay. They make a room sturdy and keep the sharp away. No neon needed, oh, no borrowed jewelry, just work made right by hands without hurry. Oh, the street outside wears a softer shoe, the kind that walks what it means to do. A neighbor waves with a fence half broke. We trade 2 planks and a lighter yoke. He says I rushed it, I say we've all then measured twice, so boards don't fall. We share the weight on the end that bites, leave room for swelling on rainy nights. He breathes like someone who found his floor. I find my peace at his front door. The screw seats slow till threads find glory. Another job done with hands without hurry. Breathe on full, let the snare stay low. Let piano leave space where meanings grow. If yesterday begs for a faster story, let today reply. Hands without hurry. Hands without hurry, they hold, they mend, they stay. They make a room sturdy and keep the sharp away. No neon needed, no borrowed jewelry, just work made right by hands without hurry. I've learned the grammar of a grain and glue, how hope keeps secrets, how maple's true, how mercy sends down a jagged word, how screws don't strip if your fate's not hurried. I fix a chair where a child will climb, build in a rhythm that honors time. My knuckles wear a wiser stain, not blood, not brag, but honest grain. I keep a box of screws I save for days when lack meets a love I braved. A measured drawer labeled ordinary glory, a craftsman's gospel, hands without hurry. Count to 4 till the pulse sits right. Let strings bow warmth instead of might. If thunder lobbies for its story, let hinges vote for hands without hurry. Hands without hurry, hey. They hold, they mend, they stay, hey. They make a room sturdy, hey. And keep the sharp away, hey. No neon needed, no borrowed jewelry, just work made right by hands without hurry. And bring me the locks I slam for sure, I'll lower them now and let them go. Bring me the names I carved too deep, I'll plane them smooth where children sleep. Hey, bring me the miles I sprinted thin, I'll walk them back with broader skin. Let slide guitar bend once and rest, let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory wants a quicker glory, teach it a slower, better story. Say less, stand plain, count to 4, remain. Evening leans through an open frame, paint dries level without a name. I write the date on the windowsill, sign it small so the house stands still. A letter waits with a grateful line about that table holds just fine. I fold it twice like a carpenter's square, lay it flat in remembered air. What I repair repairs me too. The proof is a life that passes through. Soup on Sunday, a story's glory. Feet on floors, cured without hurry. Patience harvest what time has made. If pride asks who will tell your story, I'll point at the doors that the bench where a boy will learn. Teach him the grain and how clamps turn. He asks, why wait if we know it fits? Because I say wood has its wits. Because a laugh is a house you build. We don't
whiskey burned, but it don't cleanse. I've outlived enemies, outlasted friends. The mirror grins with a borrowed face, a ghost of pride, a hollow grace. The smoke don't rise, it just abides between my truth and what hides inside. In the night, she smirks, she's seen my vice. The man I'm buried twice. I buried him young, with charm and fire. Thought ambition could take me higher. I wore his name like a velvet lie. Smiled at strangers, let the real one die. The crowd applauded, the world agreed, but all they saw was my disease. And though he breathed, I cut his ties. The man I buried twice. He came back slow through empty rooms and whisper smoke and unpaid tune. I heard him hum through my guitar, a voice too close, a wound too far. He said you built the dream but lost the soul. You played the part but paid the toll. I poured a drink, looked in his eyes at the man I buried twice. No preacher saved what I became, just echoes whispering my name. You can trade your youth for gold and fame, but you can't cheat loss, it's the same old game. The blues don't heal, it just implies the truth's the death the soul supplies. And when I pray I hear his sighs, the man I buried twice. So pour one for the man beneath the skin, one I killed to let me win. He laughs slow, a haunting vice. Yeah, the man I buried twice. He hums my songs in shadowed rhyme, keeps my guilt in perfect time. I ain't seeking peace or paradise, just the man I buried twice. So pour one for the man beneath the skin, the one I killed to let me win. He laughs low, a haunting vice. Yeah, the man I buried twice. He hums my songs in shadowed rhyme, keeps my guilt in perfect time. I ain't seeking peace or paradise, just a man I buried twice. The glass don't lie, it cracks instead. Every line's a thing I said. Each wrinkle hums a quiet sin of who I was and could have been. I tried to run, I tried to hide, but he walks with me side by side. And every silence redefines the man I buried twice. I tell the night my
secret crime, that I stole my truth to buy some time. I traded love for a louder cheer, and all that's left is the man right here. He don't blame, he just observes the hollow life my pride deserves. And though I breathe, I pay the price to the man I buried twice. The man in the mirror grins and gray, says you're still me, you just decay. He don't shout, he don't curse my name. He says we're both just built from blame. He lights a smoke, says let's be clear, you're still the reason I'm still here. And as the blues repeats its advice, he smiles, the man I buried twice. He said, I watched you drown in golden fame, watched you chase pride, forget your name. I tried to warn, but you wouldn't hear. Now you're the ghost that I revere. I asked him low, can I return? He said, no flame reclaims its burn. I closed my eyes, rolled my dice with the man I buried twice. Pour one for the man who lost his soul, who paid his dues but not his toll. He still hums low through fire and ice. Yeah, the man I buried twice. Raise your glass to the ones who fall, to the proud who built their own downfall. No redemption, just advice from the man I buried twice. The smoke curls high, the truth unfolds. The blues don't age, it just grows old. Each note I bend bleeds something true of who I was, of who I knew. The room falls still, the air precise, it echoes, the man I buried twice. And in that hush, no faith, no lie, it's just the man I buried twice. I ain't holy, I ain't right, but I made peace with endless night. He stands beside me, calm and plain, the shadow that carries my refrain. He hums the truth through every line that I can't reclaim. What once was mine, still I toast beneath these skies. The man I buried twice.
Hallway breeze like a cathedral on, frames on the wall where the old songs hung. Carpet remembers every careful shoe, piano at the far end holding something true. One chair waits where the moonlight falls, like a verdict that forgives these walls. I walk without hurry, counting it all. Every quiet of thunder I refuse to call. I kept a kingdom with a borrowed hush, turned storms to ages and rage to brush. Names like land, some bright, some thin, mercy sewn under a suit made of sin. I learned the cost of an honest delay, how to buy a dawn from a ruin of day. The city grew gentler when the noise grew small. Now it's just me in the chair in the hall. I don't need guards for the breath I keep. Truth walks beside me like a child in sleep. The portraits lean close as if to recall how a man can be crowned without raising the wall. Count to 4 while the echoes learn. Let the old brass soften and the strings return. If power asks what it's for at all, say to set down the weight when the night grows tall. Here's the chair at the end of the hall. Wood like a witness, back like a call. I sit with the quiet I taught to stand. Lay down the crown in an open hand. No trumpets needed, no banners to fall. I earn my rest in the chair at the end of the hall. The floorboards confess where the years walk slow, where boys became men and learned how to know. A glass on the table holds yesterday's rain. I raise it to absences that lessened our pain. The velvet trigger, the silent room, the table of names, the whiskey gloom. All of them stitched in a single line, thread of restraint through a darker design. If glory is heat that forgets to heal, let legacy be the cool of steel. I don't need statues to make me tall. I measure my height by who didn't fall. Breathe through the hinge as the door unlearns. Let the lamp write gold on the lessons that burn. If peace is a tax that the restless pay, I've paid it nightly in a measured way. Here's the chair at the end of the hall. Wood like a witness, back like a call. I sit with the quiet I taught to stand. Lay down the crown in an open hand. No trumpets needed, no banners to fall. I earn my rest in the chair at the end of the hall. She steps from the shadow with smoke in her hair. A sermon of patience, a long steady stare. Says, tell me what kings keep under the skin. I say a ledger of moments they didn't give in. The mercy they chose when the mass said no. A door they unlocked so a boy could grow. The letter they wrote and never sent. The anger they folded and let relent. She nods like a clock that forgives the time. Writes my answer in D minor rhyme. Then sits, she whispers, let silence enthrall. Wear nothing but truth in that chair at the hall. Count to 4 till the breath turns round. Let the bass place roots in the ground. If love is a law with a gentler drawl, it's signed in the chair at the end of the hall. Here's a chair at the end of the hall. Wood like a witness, back like a call. I sit with the quiet I taught to stand. Lay down the crown in an open hand. No trumpets needed, no banners to fall. I earn my rest in the chair at the end of the hall. Bring me the night, so I return still on. Teach my hands the grace of disarm. Bring me the names I carry like stone. Let the stone feel lighter, finally alone. Bring me the rose I refuse to flood. Let justice be water, not blood. Bring me the throne made only of choice, where law is a breath and mercy a voice. If endings are crowns that quietly fall, place it in wood, the chair at the end of the hall. No witness, no noise, only the hum of a measured poise. Count to 4. Close the door. The soldier's coat hangs where the light turns thin. Sleeves like prayers for the places he's been. I promised his mother I'd guard his name. kept it unbroken through profit and blame. A rival's grin, love's faint in a frame, softened by time, but named by the same. I learned that victory, smaller and sure, outlives a triumph, it dies immature. So I chose the fix over televised fire, built quiet ladders from honest wire. If someone asks where the empire is drawn, point at the windows that survive the dawn. Let the strings bow low, then rise, let the brass breathe truth without disguise. If fate takes notes while the footsteps fall, it writes them here at the end of the hall. Here's the chair at the end of the hall, wood like a witness, back like a call. I sit with the quiet I taught to stand, lay down the crown in an open hand. No trumpets needed, no banners to fall. I earn my rest in the chair at the end of the hall. Hands on the O's, brace, oh, fret. Piano woes, stained aquafallen men. Strings me then till the light goes wide. Rest, brass, with a gentler draw.